Yuri's had some challenges at the start. He wasn't sure how it was going to go, but with some perseverance and hard work, this is what he's come up with. Hi everyone, George here, and I'm very excited to bring you a quick vlog from here, Tropica Aquarium Plants. Last few days we've been aquascaping relentlessly 10 tanks for Tropica for their 50th anniversary at Interzoo 2020. So I'm going to show you around each of the 10 tanks and give you an insight into a special hardscape that Yuri's is working on as well. And yeah, let me know which is your favourite. Drop me a comment. Let's take a look at these beautiful aquariums. Okay, starting off with tank number 1, leading up to tank number 5. These are all what we call decade tanks, celebrating Tropica's 50 years in operation. And each tank is a separate scape dedicated to this 10 years. So 1970 to 1980, 80 to 90, 90 to 2000, 2000 to 2010, 2010 to 2020. And each tank is using plants specific to that decade. So starting off with the classics like Anubias nana there on the left, and then we have the good old Java fern and Glosso, Windelov fern, which was actually created by Tropica by selectively reproducing and propagating a Microsorum species until they come up with a stable version of this beautiful fern here. And moving over to the right, we have some Anubias petite, some Trident fern, and all the way to the most sort of modern plants with things like Monte Carlo, Eleocharis mini, and Bucephalundra Kedigang. I will go into each plant species in more detail in future videos. I am going to be coming to Tropica every 2 weeks from now and maintaining these scapes, photographing them, and then bringing you guys updates as well, so you can really look forward to that. Let's move over to the easy, medium and advanced tanks, and also the special Cuba tank there over to the right. So this is the easy tank that I aquascaped. I did this on the first day that we were here, and yeah, it's looking great. It's all easy plants, all the classics that we know and love. Ferns, Anubias, there's some Crypts, Echinodorus, Amazon swords in the background. There is a full tutorial video on how I aquascape this on my channel, so you might want to check that out if you would like to see more details on that. Okay, let's have a look at the medium category plant tank now. This was scaped by myself and Tobias Galrish, aqua owner, using a real kind of heavy mix of plants, lots of textures, lots of colours. There's lots of growth to go. They're mostly tissue culture 1-2 grow, so there's not much height yet. We've deliberately not used any rocks so we can have more space to plant. We're really going to make this a really dense, lush aquascape. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one grow in. Here's the advanced tank, aquascape by Tobias Galrish, using only advanced plants, a mixture of carpeting species, a Glossostigma, Hemianthus cuba, Eleocharon cinerum, Hydrocotyl verticulata, this mushroomy shaped plant here. And then in the background, I don't know if you can see, just in the centre of the screen, there's some Rotala wallachii to add a dash of red, hopefully. Moving over to Yuri's Cuba tank, really special tank this, featuring 3 species of plants, all discovered by Holger Windelov in Cuba, all on the same expedition. Hemianthus cuba, Calyptricoides, leading into some Ludwigia inclinata cuba, and then the green plant on the left, which will actually hopefully turn a red colour. This is Proserpernica palustris cuba. In fact, I'm going to show you some of that in its submersed state because it looks so different. So this is the same plant as that green plant that I just showed you. So it just shows what huge transition some plants can make when they go from their immersed state, out of water state, to their underwater state. We're jumping right over to tank number 10 right now. This was aquascaped by the guys from Liquid Nature. It's 3 meters long and it's containing all limited edition plants from Tropica. Beautiful aquascape. We've got 3 kind of individual aquascapes, if you like, in the one long tank. 3 distinct islands, all quite similar in their theme, but really, really beautiful. Interestingly, for the techies out there, we're using 3 diffusers in here because we need to get that CO2 around this long tank. We have a powerful filter here, and that leads over to the right hand side with a smaller filter. And the overall aim is to create a really good amount of circulation. And the reason we've got the 3 diffusers in there is to get the best CO2 circulation and distribution that we can. It's really interesting to see. You can actually see the mist of the CO2 getting around all of the water column. So I'm quite confident that this is going to be a successful aquarium. We will be adding some starter plants to all of these aquascapes. These are going to be probably fast growing stem plants like Limnophila sessiflora, just pots that are weighed down, pop them in the scape. These grow really fast and help prevent potential algae issues, which are really common in new setups. So here's Yuri's working on his master creation that he's spent probably 2-3 full days on now. He's basically used redmore root, but he's almost cut it up into individual pieces and reconstructed it to make a distinct naturalistic kind of spiral pattern. And then in between the redmore root, he's actually cut out individual pieces of cork bark, almost like a jigsaw, and inserted them in between the redmore roots to really help create this super natural, beautiful creation. I mean, the attention to detail is amazing. These are going to be actually separated. I think, how many pieces are there altogether?
2 pieces.
2 pieces, okay. And they can be separated, and these are going to be grown in the moss tent. So we're going to attach epiphyte plants, Spicophalandra, Mycosaura anubius, some mosses, maybe some bulbitis. And here he is just demonstrating. Excuse the white balance there with that orange light. That's a special growing tent. So this is what it will look like. How high is the tank, Yuri's?
120 centimeters.
So it's a 120 centimetre tall tank, column tank. Only how 45 centimetre? 60 by 60 by 120 tall. So that's a 2 foot square by 4 feet tall. So that's about 80, 90 US gallons, about 400 litres. And as you can see, it's a pretty epic. Let's get Yuri's in the shot so you can see how big it is. Keep on scaping. But it looks really great. You know, Yuri's had some challenges at the start. He wasn't sure how it was going to go, but with some perseverance and hard work, this is what he's come up with. Okay guys, there you go, an insight into the beautiful scapes here at Tropica. Super excited to bring you updates from these every 2 weeks or so. Really hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to bring in this one to you. Really appreciate you watching it. You take care, keep on scaping. Cheerio.